If you're looking to move to San Francisco and live in a walkable neighborhood, you won't want to miss this. Today, I'm going to walk you down one of the most walkable corridors in San Francisco, the Fillmore district. I'm also going to walk you down some of the residential streets. I'll talk to you about what it costs to live here. I'll show you one of the best parks in the area, and then I'll show you some examples of some homes, one that you can get for a deal, and then one that's going to be a more premium price point. So stick around till the end so you don't miss that. I also get a lot of comments on my channel from people, mostly who don't live here, about how dirty and dangerous the streets are in San Francisco. So I thought I'd grab my camera and walk around so that you can see for yourself. So let me know in the comments what you think of San Francisco, what you're seeing. It's going to be unfiltered. And if you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, so you guys, I have to tell you a really funny story. I just literally parked my car right here. I went for a walk. I was doing the video. This was a very blonde moment. I was concentrating on being able to do this video. And so I left my phone on top of the car, like literally on top of that car, walked like 5 blocks away, 10 minutes away. And then I was like, where's my phone? And I go back to the car and my phone is sitting on top of the car, untouched. So that's a little crazy moment, a little bit about me. Sometimes I'm a little distracted, but also back to the safety piece. Maybe it's not so bad. So there is a lot to love about Pacific Heights, but undoubtedly one of the best parts is Fillmore Street, where there's tons of restaurants, bars, and cafes. So let's take a look around and see what you think. All right, I'm gonna start off at Bush and Fillmore. This is kind of a busy section. Across the street here, we have Crossroads Trading Company, which is a really great little place that you can get curated secondhand clothes. And then we're gonna walk. All right, we've got a little barber shop here. Over here we have SPQR, which is a really high-end restaurant. I had an anniversary dinner there a few years ago. There's a little boutique store there to the left. Over here we have Florio, which is an Italian restaurant, super cute. It's been there forever. Next up we have Rome, which is where you can grab yourself a great burger. There's a little paper source store where you can pick up some cards. Little boutique. This is Woodhouse Fish Co., which is, I love a lobster roll. It's literally one of the best foods ever. And this place, they have a couple of them in San Francisco, is a great place to get a lobster roll. Missouri has some really cool fabrics from Kenya. We have a cute little hat shop over here. Lots of places to buy some high-end clothing on the street. This is a great restaurant. It actually has a Michelin star. I had one of my anniversary dinners there years ago. Coming up here on the corner, we have Kiehl's. Kiehl's is one of my favorite skincare products, and there's one of our subscribers that's constantly asking me about skincare. Thank you. That makes me feel very good. I get a lot of comments that don't make me feel good, so thank you for that. Anyway, I use their night cream a lot, and then actually, ironically, there's a restaurant here, Noosh, which is a phenomenal Mediterranean place. Really great little dips and different things like that. Super good breads that they make in-house. But next door to that is Crescent Moon, which is where I get my facials done. Carol in Crescent Moon is a godsend. She's amazing. She knows everything there is about facials. And so you can stop by and see her there. We have a high-end shoe shop, and then Banh Mi, which is one of the best places to get Vietnamese sandwiches, owned by my client Denise. Hi, Denise. They have literally some of the best cookies. It sounds funny. I think people think of them for sandwiches, but they have these cookies that are like to die for. Very, very unusual and absolutely delicious. You should stop by and grab some. More high-end boutiques. This is the Japanese and European boutique. Third Love, best, most comfortable bras ever. If you haven't tried one, you should. Great place to grab a quick slice of pizza. This is Taylor and Sons. It used to be Elite Cafe. It's a great Italian place. They also have really fantastic drinks. Super, super cute restaurant. And then we have the taco bar. This is if you want to have a quick taco, they make their own chips and salsa in-house. Great place to grab a taco on this side of town. All right, I'm gonna cross the street and show you the other side. Across the street, you have Rag & Bone, in case you wanna pick up some high-end clothing. This jewelry shop has some cute little jewelry where you can get like names inscribed and stuff like that on it. Spa, everybody needs a spa. Lululemon, which I used to wear a lot of, but I switched over to Viore, which I like better personally. For my athleisure, Harry's Bar coming up here has been here forever. I had a date there one time that wasn't with my husband, which, to be honest, there weren't many of them in San Francisco. This is a great little oyster bar. Just opened up, actually. Okay, and now we're crossing over California Street. Down to my left, I'm not going to turn around because I don't want to get hit by a car. But down to my left, down California, there's a Molly Stone's, which is a high-end. Actually, I'll just pop down here for a second. There's a high-end grocery store down there. They've got some great groceries that you can't really find many other places. There's a little donut shop here. Pizzeria Delfina is an awesome place. There's also one over in Mission Dolores. Okay, and that's mostly what's down here, so I'm going to turn around and go back. All right, we've just passed over California, and we're headed up towards Sacramento. Up here on my left, you have a high-end jeweler, which she has some amazing stuff if you want to drop a hint to your husband. Really, really great stuff. Dandelion Chocolate is a San Francisco chocolatier. They have amazing chocolate, of course, but they also do chocolate making classes, and they also have really, really good hot chocolate. I think everybody knows Benefit, which is awesome. You have a couple of clothing shops, including a really cute kids clothing shop up here. Jane is a super, super popular brunch spot. I have never eaten there, but look, it's so crowded, and it's always crowded. Troya is a Mediterranean place. Then you have Jonathan Adler, which, you guys, they have some of the best gifts. Let's see if they'll let me go inside. Okay, so if you're looking for a fun and unique gift, I love this place. So much eye candy in here. One of my favorite unique gifts to buy is they have these really cool chess sets. I'll see if I can find one. But all kinds of just things that you don't need but you want. So these backgammon sets, they have all different colors, and they're so beautiful. Check out this one. So pretty. I want one, but I don't have anywhere to put it, so I just buy them for other people. So coming up, we have a bookstore. So Browser Books has been here forever. It actually is owned now by Green Apple, which is a company in San Francisco that has a lot of bookstores. We love our bookstores. Okay, and I'm gonna cross the street and show you guys the other side. So crossing over, we've got another boutique clothing store. So, if Union Square is not your thing and you want to get some boutique-y clothing store, this is a great place. So Credo, my client that I just ran into, she just came out of the store. She was going there. So it's a makeup skincare store. It's all organic, and they don't animal test and all of that. You've got a little spice store, Graham and Spencer, more clothing. This place coming up here, Cuyuna, is a leather goods store. I've bought a lot of gifts there. They have handbags, travel bags, makeup bags, jewelry bags. It's really nice, understated, really well made leather goods, and they'll actually monogram it for you. dumpling story. This is actually a chain. They have 3 or 4 of them in San Francisco. There's actually one in Noe, another one in Hayes Valley. All right, crossing over Sacramento, we have Straw and Hat, which is a local ice cream spot. They have a lot of, oh my God, the waffle cones smell so good. They have a lot of really unusual flavors. Joe and the Juice, I'm a big fan. I go there often, more when I travel than in San Francisco. Another boutique clothing store. There's this sushi restaurant coming up. I actually had one of my first dates there with my husband, who was pretending to love sushi but had never eaten it, and it became like very apparent on our date. So that was kind of funny, but very cute and sweet. It was very endearing. Little hair salon, Veronica Beard. Gotta love their stuff. Oh, look, we have a little accordion player out here. That's fun. And then Alice and Olivia, which I think they have super fun, on trend, like really cool clothes. Kind of spendy in my opinion, but really good stuff. So that's kind of the end of the strip. I'm going to walk down across the other side of the street so that you can see a little bit more of what's going on down there. So Pacific Heights is one of the most expensive neighborhoods in all of San Francisco. The average price per square foot right now is about $1,400 a square foot, but often something that's done, that has a view, it often sells over $2,000 a square foot, but occasionally you can find some deals. So I'm gonna go outside and show you a house that I almost sold, but I didn't. My buyers decided against buying it, and it sold for about $1,100 a square foot. So this is Washington. So Washington, this block is a tree-lined block. It's right off of the Fillmore. There's some beautiful homes on this street. So this house here, I love that you can barely see it. It's like hidden by the tree, and you can kind of see, you can kind of get a sense for the other houses close by. They're all very pretty. This house sold for $5 million not too long ago. It's 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. It was 4,400 square feet, and it sold for $1,100 a square foot, which is definitely on the low end. It was a really great buy. I looked at this home really closely with some clients, and I thought it was a really great home. It had been in the same family for, I want to say, about 30 years, and it was sort of a cosmetic fixer. The realtor had gone in, and they actually spent about $200,000 fixing up the home, but it wasn't, it wasn't in the way that a lot of people would want a home in this neighborhood done in terms of the level of finishes. It was more of like, I call it lipstick on a pig, which is what we do. It's what I do on homes all the time, and a lot of times it'll help them sell for higher price points. I think the idea was to get a buyer that wanted to live in it like that, which is actually what my buyer was strongly considering. One of the reasons why it sold for a lower price per square foot is because the lower level was not connected to the upper level. The ceiling heights were a little low down there. You had to go outside to get to it. It also had like what I would call a postage stamp size backyard. But overall, it was really solid bones. I definitely think that most people would have come in and at least redone the master bathroom and possibly upgraded it to the level of finishes that it deserved. I'm continuing to walk down Washington, and I'm headed towards Alta Vista Park. Alta Vista Park is a gorgeous park. We're gonna climb up some stairs to get there. There's tennis courts, basketball courts, views of the city. So crossing over Steiner. Halfway up the park, you have to go up some hills to get up there. Little dogs frolicking with their dog walker. Pretty sure nobody has that many dogs. I mean, what size house do you think you would need to have to house that many dogs? So someone told me that so I read that 80% of San Francisco residents have a dog. I'm not sure what the statistic is, but I have a feeling that went up massively in the pandemic. Was that everywhere, or was that just a San Francisco thing? Got some people playing tennis. So over here we have the bay, more tennis courts and basketball courts, and a kid's playground down below. So there's actually two parks in close proximity to Fillmore Street. This is Alta Vista Park. You also have Lafayette Park, which is really close by. They just did a couple $1 million, I think, of maybe more than that, of renovations to that park. It's beautiful. Both parks have a kid's playground. I think this is the only one that has like basketball and tennis courts, if I'm remembering correctly. Okay, now I'm gonna head down to Clay Street. Pardon my limp, I got a blister. I have tennis shoes on too, oh my God. Anyway, I'm gonna head down to Clay Street and I'm gonna show you an example of a house that's gonna push the price per square foot up a bit. It sold for almost $2,000 a square foot. It was a beautiful home. I actually showed it to some buyers. I would have loved to have sold it to them, but they just couldn't make it work. It was a little too small. It is 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, but the 4th bedroom down below was really small. One of the things that you'll learn as you start looking into real estate is that the smaller it is, the more expensive the price per square foot is. This house wasn't small, but for Peck Heights, it's on the small side. It was 3,600 square feet, and it was all redone, like massively redone. Amazing, amazing level of finishes, like absolutely perfection. This house here sold for $7.5 million. It was definitely my idea of a perfect house. Amazing, amazing finishes. I think the only thing that it was missing was that the 4th bedroom on the lowest level was pretty small. It didn't have like a massive family room that a lot of times you want in this size of a home, but it's perfectly situated across from the park, which you can't really see because you have to walk up the hill to get to that park. But it's on a very, very beautiful street, super, super walkable to Fillmore. And that's what you can expect when you get into that $2,000 a square foot zone. I mentioned to you earlier that often homes do push over $2,000 a square foot, but the ones that do are gonna have views, and you don't get views here. So a lot of times the most walkable, all right guys, it's getting windy. A lot of times the most walkable areas are not on the flats. And so you give up the views for walkability. So I think it's just a question for some people about quality of life, what's most important to them. Let me know in the comments below if you're interested in more content like this or more tours like this, or if there's streets that you want me to tour. If you're interested in checking out another one, here's one in the Noe Valley 24th Street corridor that you can check out. If you'd like to talk about your specific needs and your specific budget, feel free to reach out at hello@ruthkrishnan.com or text this number.